Hello, everyone. I'm Mario Hilario from NBC 10. Welcome back to a Food Podcast, the place you can come to listen about all the great things happening on the local food scene, great restaurants, organizations, establishments, chefs, and of course, dishes that make me go Joining us now is Brittany DeCosta, General Manager of Knead Doughnuts. Yes. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for inviting me. I appreciate it.
So tell us about how Knead Doughnuts came about.
Yeah, so Adam Lustrina, Todd Mackey, and Brian Gibb, who are our owners. Adam works for 7 Stars for many, many years. Brian and Todd already owned Bolt Coffee in Providence, and Adam was ready to branch out and do something new. At the time, donuts weren't a big scene in Providence. They've since exploded, but they just wanted to open something new, and so he thought donuts would be a fun venture. Who doesn't love donuts? They pair great with coffee, which Todd and Brian already owned, so that's sort of how Knead came about.
Yeah. And how long have they been around?
They opened in December of 2016, so just over 5 years.
Yeah. And they started, which location was the first one?
Downtown on Custom House Street, which sadly closed last summer at the beginning of the pandemic. But we still have a location on the east side and the west end, and we're also in East Greenwich and Westerly. So we just branched out a little.
Great.
Yeah.
And you just opened the new ones recently,
Yeah,
right?
so East Greenwich opened last summer, and then Westerly we opened only 2 weeks ago. So that's our newest baby. It opened right in downtown Westerly a couple weeks ago. It's doing great. Everyone's been super supportive down there. So, yeah.
What's the concept behind Knead? And of course, people hopefully have figured it out. It's Knead.
Yes. Yeah. So we just focus on good donuts made well. We try not to do crazy over the top toppings or anything like that. We try to focus on all natural. Everything's made from scratch, local ingredients whenever possible, and just really focusing on like natural, like classic flavors with a twist, I guess. So we'll do a little spin on something fun without going too crazy over the top. We like to focus on what's inside. Yeah.
Do you do a lot of events too, community events?
Yeah, we do community events. We do a ton of weddings. We did like over 100 weddings last year, so that's really big for us. We try to be involved in the community as much as we can be. A lot of the colleges and things like that use our donuts for events for their students. So yeah, we try to pitch in a little bit everywhere.
Yeah. I know I've been involved with the Girl Scouts of Southeastern New England, and you guys are part of their cookies and cocktail event. You guys make great desserts for that.
Yes, and we are doing it again this year in March. We haven't quite figured out what donut we're going to do yet, but we're playing around with some recipes. We love being involved with them. We've done specials in their honor before and like donated sales from that before, so we try to work with them quite a lot.
Yeah. Who comes up with the ideas for your donut flavors?
I think it's a joint effort in our kitchen. We have a really strong kitchen staff. Our production manager, Kristen Collins, she definitely is the mastermind behind it. But I think the team all pitches in, and everyone pitches ideas to her, and they work together on recipe development. It's a very team-oriented kitchen.
Yeah, you come up with things and then try it out and say, not really, or some things maybe you didn't think were that good, and then they were a hit.
Yeah, for sure. There's lots of recipe development. We also have the classics that come back every year because they do really well. So we do a little bit of bringing back the same flavors every year mixed with trying new things, like this matcha is a brand new flavor for us. So I think it's a little bit of everything. Lots of recipe development, lots of eating donuts, which is really shameful, I know.
Oh, so tough. Forgive my ignorance. What's matcha?
Okay. Matcha is a kind of green tea. So they'll do like a matcha latte with green tea powder. So we put the matcha tea in this glaze, and then we put the lemon cookie crumble on the outside to sort of sweeten it up. But it's just got like that warm, like homey feeling for the winter months with a tea glaze on the outside.
So for folks who haven't checked you out yet, what is on your menu? Like, is it just donuts?
We have donuts, and then we also have a little side project called Good Egg, which is our baked goods. So we do laminated hand-rolled pastries. So croissants, Danish, cinnamon buns. We also do some cookies and scones and muffins, which we do all make in-house as well, but it's under our little side project called Good Egg.
Oh, what a good egg.
Yes.
And you have kind of this, do you change your menu up at all through the year?
Yeah, so every 6 weeks or so we'll do seasonal flavors. We have our standard menu that we carry year round, and then we'll have like 5 to 6 different seasonal ones that we rotate every 6 weeks or so. Yeah.
What are kind of your staples or the most popular?
So we carry a few different styles. For brioche, we always have our vanilla glazed, and then brown butter pecan is our, like, by far and away our best-selling donut. We also do a chocolate chip cookie old-fashioned and a sour cream old-fashioned for those, like, people who are really looking for their childhood donuts. We also do a chocolate cake, which is really popular. So those would be our, like, top 5, I would say.
They all sound delicious. Yes. Did you ever think, like, just a donut place would be so successful in being able to open more locations and being a big hit?
When I first came on at Knead, I wasn't sure what to expect. We just had the downtown location, but it makes sense to me. Donuts are such a comfort food. They're mine. Like, everyone can enjoy it, whether you're 2 or 92. Everybody loves a donut. Everybody likes to treat themselves. Donuts are an easy way to pick your mood up, so it makes sense to me that we're blowing up and opening new spots. Yeah.
So is it all you come in and do you have to order ahead of time? You can just come in off the street?
You can do both, either or. Since the pandemic started, we have a lot of people who are doing pre-orders. They've just gotten into the routine, which is a great way to make sure you'll get exactly the flavors you want. But we also have a ton of selection when you walk in off the street, too. So it's kind of whatever. If you're on the spur of the moment, pop in. If you think of it ahead of time, place a pre-order.
So you've brought an array of donuts with you, which I'm very excited about. Let's go over some of them.
Sure.
Which one is this?
So that is the raspberry glazed brioche, which we're doing as a special for Valentine's Day, but it tastes very similar to our raspberry fritter as well.
And what goes into this?
So our brioche dough is our yeasted donut, so it's really light and fluffy, and then the glaze on the outside is a fresh raspberry glaze, so they use actual raspberry puree to give it that fresh flavor.
I'm going to try it, of course.
Of course.
That glaze is so sweet.
It's really sweet. You can taste the fresh raspberries in it. Yeah.
This must have been a hit for Valentine's Day for
Yes,
sure.
it absolutely is.
Now this
And that's the
looks very similar.
Yeah, it's very similar. So that's the fritter. What they do is they take pieces of our brioche dough, the same dough, and they put a thin layer of jam throughout and kind of piece it back together and fry it. So it's like a pull-apart bread. So you get those crispy little pieces on the edge, and then they put that same fresh raspberry glaze on the outside.
Let's try that.
Sure.
That glaze is like delicious.
I
so
know,
sweet.
it's like dangerously good, actually.
I think all of it is dangerous.
Yes, absolutely.
Now I do have to try because I didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
Was it matcha you called it?
It's matcha, yep. So it's that matcha green tea is in the glaze, which is still a subtle flavor, and then it has a lemon cookie crumble on the outside.
Oh, that's what that looks like, the lemon. That is really good.
It's good. It's that warm, like I said, that warm, homey, like winter flavor that you're looking for.
So is this like more of a seasonal one?
Yeah, that one just started for us last week, and we'll have it probably through the end of February.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Kind of has that tea flavor, huh?
Yeah, it does, but it's not overwhelming. I think the sweetness of the actual donut and the glaze kind of balances the tea flavor out, so it's not overwhelming, but it's there.
So good. While I'm chewing that one, tell me about the next one.
Yeah, so this is our vanilla glazed brioche. We threw some sprinkles on there for Valentine's Day, but we have our vanilla glaze year round. It's really your classic glazed donut. Like, if you're just looking for a glazed donut, that's the one you're going to want to grab. Lots of fresh vanilla bean in there.
Oh my gosh, that one's so good too.
That one hot out of the fryer, like, you can't beat it. It's really good.
I'm sure. Tell us about this one.
Yeah, so for Valentine's Day, we did a chocolate ganache filled with Nutella, but we do lots of different filled specials throughout the year. So every Monday almost, we run a different filled special.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What are the different filled specials usually?
They always surprise us. Yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah.
they'll do fruit cream filling. We've done Boston cream. We've done Nutella filled, peanut butter filled. It's just sort of whatever the kitchen is inspired by that week.
That's great though, to
Yeah.
be able to just walk in and think, I'm just inspired by something, I'm going to make it.
Exactly, yeah. So, and it's fun on the retail end to not know what we're getting until that morning, like, oh, what's the special today?
All right, I'm going to try this one.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that ganache is
I
so
know, it's really good.
Nutella filling.
And we do use that ganache on a lot of our filled. Like, if we do a peanut butter filled or something, we'll use that chocolate ganache on there. It's a nice flavor.
And what is this one?
That is our passion fruit donut. So we do have that year round usually, but it's really popular specifically for Valentine's Day. But it has actual puree in the glaze, very true to passion fruit flavor.
Oh my gosh. It tastes like passion fruit.
Yeah, it really does. I think people are hesitant to try it, but if you like passion fruit, you're gonna like that donut. It's very true to the flavor of it.
Oh my God. This is so good.
I know.
So where do you see things like going? I mean, you guys are expanding, you're
Yeah.
opening up more locations.
I think because we just opened our Westerly store right now, the focus is on really building in that community. And also we do a lot of wholesale. So a lot of coffee shops throughout the state carry our donuts. So focusing on developing those relationships even more and expanding our wholesale division. Like I said, we do a lot of weddings. So we're going to be coming up on wedding season before we know it. So right now, just focusing on building and growing where we're at and really settling into our new store.
Nice.
Yeah.
So give us again where your locations are. I know you said you're on east side, west side, and then you said East Greenwich and Westerly.
Yeah, so we're on Elm Grove Ave on the east side of Providence. We're also over off of Cromwell Street on the west end in Providence, right on Main Street in East Greenwich, right in downtown, and then in Westerly we're on Broad Street, right in downtown as well. Yeah.
Great. Anything else you want our listeners to know about Knead Doughnuts?
We would just love to see you guys come in, check out our spaces. Definitely use that pre-order function. It's the way to make sure you can get the flavors that you're looking for. And yeah, we would just love to see them in for some coffee and donuts.
Yeah. Is it mostly people kind of stop in just to pick up, to take out? Do you have where people can kind of stick around?
We do have tables and chairs. You're welcome to come sit and enjoy at our Elm Grove Ave space on the east side of Providence. We have a little kids play area, a little like fake donut counter, which is really fun. So mom and dad can actually sip on their coffee while the kids play and entertain themselves a little bit. So more than welcome to come sit and visit us in the cafe.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah,
And make it the
definitely.
whole family. And
Absolutely.
it really almost like an art form, I feel like, just by looking at these. I know people are listening to this, but they just look so beautiful.
Yeah, the kitchen does a really nice job. Like I said, they really focus on using fresh, all natural ingredients. Everything is made from scratch. Quality is super important to us. So the kitchen really does a really great job with that.
That's great.
Yeah.
And how can people find out about you who are listening to this, like in terms of website, social media?
Yes, so kneaddoughnuts.com is our website. You can find us on Facebook. We've had a little snafu with our Instagram, but it should be up and running again soon. And yeah, our website is always up to date with our newest flavors. So that's the best way to see what we have sort of available at the time on our menu.
And it's obviously Knead.
Yes, and donuts is the old-fashioned way. So DOUGHNUTS.
Yes.
Yes.
.com.
.com.
So now that you brought that up, let me ask you, what is the difference between donut, D-O-N-U-T, and donut, D-O-U-G-H-N-U-T?
You know, I don't know what the difference is, but I know that the owners liked the classic form of the long way spelling it out. I think it sort of helps us stand out from the crowd as far as donut shops go, but it definitely throws people for a loop when I'm spelling out the name. But I don't know if there's a true difference other than that it's the more traditional spelling of it.
It looks fancier, too.
Yeah, exactly. We're very fancy at Knead.
Yes. Well, the donuts certainly are, for sure, and they taste delicious.
Thank you so much.
So, Brittany DeCosta, thank you so much.
No, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
And thank you for letting me indulge and try so many different kinds of donuts.
Absolutely.
So, please check them out, Knead Doughnuts, Knead. Definitely, their donuts will make you go, mmm.